Welcome back to Gear Chat. Yeah. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding. Welcome to John G TV. And this is none other than Gear Chat.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to Gear Chat. I don't know what I would do about that. Every I tune in to Gear Chat.
Alright, John G. Cut it off, John G. Fade that to black, calm that down there. Put that back on that, and then put the mic on me, John G. Sorry for that, people. Let me get my mic set. Hold steady. Bam! Rock steady. It is I, says me, John G. And this here is Gear Chat University. I welcome you. Welcome back, man. Okay. So what is it, John G? What you got for us this week? Listen. Y'all heard it. The same person Magpie, you're the reason why we all started this in the first place. You done jacked the OP-1 price all the way up to the high heavens. It is you, sir. You spearheaded this whole thing, putting the whole the gear world into a frenzy. And then the company bagged you. I mean, because they actually did step away. Everybody was, no more, $2,000. Excuse me, what? One time I saw one for $4,000. I mean, y'all, $4,000. You tripping? However, supply and demand, man. That's economics 101. So I get it. But so Teenage Engineering, they're back like they said they would. However, I guess this new screen they got, or because that was the whole reason. Whatever screen they were using, which to my understanding it was like an old screen actually, but the supply ran out, so they couldn't get any more of those screens. So they had to adapt a new screen philosophy, which is why I heard they completely dissed the screen on the OPZ. OPZ has 0 screen, so now they thinking future proof. We ain't gonna let this happen to us again. So the the OP-1 has already changed from when it came out, and they continually, did the Novation thing. It was already amazing, but then they kept adding on to it. And I imagine that'll be the same case with the OPZ. Whatever it is day one is not going to be the end product. They're going to keep adding little things to it to enhance its abilities. So it's back. I think I saw like 1,500. Originally came out 800. It was always high. I remember when I first saw it years ago. I looked at that thing like, what the hell is this? Like, and then the price. Then I just immediately rejected it. Like, hell no. Not knowing. I mean, I didn't know. I was ignorant. I didn't know that this was actually amazing. But, it was this piece that was, it was, I believe people were saying that it was, they had it selling in like artsy places. Like art where art and tech kind of met. And so it was almost like Sharper Image. Y'all remember Sharper Image? Years ago, back when that was like the thing for like high quality tech. gadgets and whatnot. So it was kind of being presented in that way, where it wasn't just in the music stores or whatever. It was other places like that, because it was kind of artsy. Like I said, where art and tech kind of met. So it's back, like I said, 1,500. So they went up on the price. I don't know why the screen is that much money. I kind of feel like, me personally, I personally feel like Teenage Engineering saw, oh, they will. People paying that? Oh, well, when we come back, why come back with the same price? We might as well jack it up. That's how I'm thinking. Where logic leads me to believe that they're seeing the opportunity to jack it up another $100 or $200. Because again, I don't know what screen they using and why this screen now is costing an extra $700, $600 for what? Questionable. I think, like I said, I think they're seizing the moment and taking the opportunity. Hopefully, when it actually comes out, it won't be 15. They'll realize, okay, we tripping and come down. But again, I don't know what the screen is, what about it that makes it, this money. But it's back. So shout out to Teenage Engineering for, following through and actually, or not shouts out, I guess. I'm just glad to see that they've already said that they were looking for a solution. I'm glad they found a solution, and now this product that I know I want it. I just can't afford it. It's a lot of things that I want, but I just can't have it today. I gotta wait, and there's a little bit of frustration that comes with that, because you start to feel like, how much time do I have? Because everything at the end of the day, everything is not going to be around forever. There's only a small select pieces of gear that has been around since inception. Is that the right word? Like the Elisa's drum machine. Why is this thing still for sale? I almost want one just because it's still for sale. It's still the Elisa's 16. They got Elisa's 24 still being sold today, still being produced. And honestly, forget need. This is because we ain't gonna go there. We talk about need. We don't need none of this shit. So let's just throw that out. However, because it's still in production, it makes me want to get it. Because why is it still in production? Everything else comes and goes. This is still here. So I'm like, huh. So, but most gear is not gonna. Most gear won't do that. Most gear is gonna have a shelf life. So my whole point is not being able to, have everything that you want, put you in this, quagmire, if you will, where you're trying to, okay, I got $100 and I got 10 things I want to buy. All right, so which one am I going to buy? Now, this $100 will buy 3 of the 10. Not total, but I can spend 100 and maybe get this. I can get or this or that. The other 7, the $100 will go towards the purchase of said gear. But then there's other gear where it's I gotta keep saving and saving and saving. So again, I think this is frustrating on one end, but on the other end, it's necessary. It it creates it creates this subculture, if you will, because not everybody's going to be able to get their hands on whatever piece. And so if you have it, now you get to be in that club to say, yes, I have, or I had such and such, such and such. And, I very much think that's where it's going. Hopefully the Vocas will just be continually produced, because if ever the Korg says we're done, these things are going to jack up in price. I truly believe that. But yeah. All right, so on to the next thought that I had in mind was the Electron model sample. There's a small thing that's really, you might think, but I don't know. little things like this really stands out to me in a major way. And I saw the fact that they're giving stickers away. This is it's so small, but yet it's almost like it's 2019, guys. It's 2019. This shouldn't be like something like, oh, we're giving you stick. Like, this should have been the case. This should have always been like, and here and there you get stickers, but nobody's ever done it like this to allow you to make the gear your own. So shouts out to Electron, because I really wouldn't have thought they would have pulled this rabbit out of the hat and did something like this. They don't really that maneuver seems to be more down Teenage Engineering's line. Like they would have gave you some old crazy abstract stickers so that you can do whatever with. So the fact that Electron did it to me is like, okay, somebody is in there is cool, because obviously the main brain of Electron is a programmer, somebody that has a programming mind. All the gear is a programmer's dream. If you are a programmer, Electron is for you. But whoever did them stickers, that ain't no programmer. That's somebody hip and cool, probably somebody young, forward thinking, I would even dare to say, to put the freaking stickers in there. So everybody else, man, I imagine, Arturi, I don't know why. Again, it seems like something so small, but yet it's 2019 and somebody just now doing this? This should have been it. Okay, so let's take it out of the fact that it's with gear. How come people, you just missing out on all kind of opportunities, but I'd be selling stickers. Little cheap hustle. All right, if I'm rolling, Arturia, whomever, it's a little cheap, it's a little penny hustle. Call it a penny hustle. You ain't finna get rich, but it's cool. The cool meter would just shoot through the roof. To being able to take, because everybody's got the same, if we all buy the blue whatever, we all got the blue whatever. Now, some of us smart enough, we'll go out and go to Skin It. Shouts out to Skin It. Companies like that'll give you a skin that you can put on, that you can purchase aftermarket to make it your own. But wouldn't it be nice if the manufacturers tossed in a couple for you? Wouldn't it be nice if they just maybe sold sticker sheets? Here goes this month's sheet, and it's just a bunch of art. Just a little something that you can, because now you can go get artists to design stickers. Man, I'm not finna sit here and keep preaching and explaining this, but I'm just saying I think it's just a cool thing. So shouts out to Electron for giving us some stickers, man. I'm even bold enough to say, and some of you might even say dumb enough to say, that I will get the model sample, not right away, but I want it. But the fact that it's coming with the stickers, I'm gonna get it. And you might think, what? Because of yeah. Now, let me make sure I'm saying that I'm conveying how I feel as transparent as possible. If the sticker wasn't a thing, I would still get it. Let's let that fact be known. However, the fact that they have the stickers secures my spot in line. Not first in line. I won't be pre-ordering. I won't be there. However, I will have that. God willing, I will have that. The stickers have locked me in. I don't care about the fact that it doesn't sample. I get it. It's a sample player, not a sampler. We get that. Or at least I understand that. Frustrating, yeah. But it's the same as the vocal sample, or the same as the circuit. Same as the TR-8S. Doesn't matter. Okay, it's a sample player. Doesn't sample. So, that is what it is. A little caveat. Small caveat. Okay, it doesn't sample. All right. Ain't the end of the world. But once you get samples in there, hello, America. Yeah, so model sample, Electron, shouts out to you for the stickers. I really dig that. I don't dig the white I get it for the sticker, the blank palette, if you will, but I really don't like all white. Like that just screams like dirtiness, getting smudged prints. I'm imagining that's why they gave the sticker. Somebody was like, wait a minute. That could have been a save. Somebody, came up with a save and was like, wait a minute, hey, this might, how about we do this? Well, whoever, it was somebody either hip or somebody just had a hip idea. But putting those stickers in there is definitely, I would say that's cool, and shouts out to Electron for that. All right, next topic is, I don't know. I think that's really all I had on my heart today. I ain't really had much to talk about. Other than that, I'm excited for this next wave from Behringer. That's really what this drum machine, the 808. First I said, that decay on the kick is not sound like no. It's not. It's reminding me of the Drum Brute. That kick on there is not proper. But then I heard the coloring, and I thought, okay, that's much closer and better. And that when I saw the color and the accent added, I said, okay, all right. Listen, other than my uncertainty with the kick, everything on the RD808, ooh, I mean, it sounds good. Like it really, even the cowbell, ooh, fucking cowbell. Who cares about a cowbell? But the cowbell sounded actually good. So, drum machines in general, I'll say this, that samplers over drum machine. Now, we could debate, or I guess there's what you call that gray area as to what is a drum machine and what is a sampler, because people will consider the Digitac a drum machine, and I defer and say it's a sampler. Same with the MPC. People say it's a drum machine, and I say no, it's a sampler. A drum machine, how I define a drum machine, one, it cannot sample, and it has a fixed set of sounds. That is a drum machine. A sampler is whatever you want it to be. So a sampler will always be better than a drum machine, unless it's just like some super basic sample that just doesn't have certain functionalities, and the drum machine could really wow you in performance. Other than that, a sampler will always win, because I could put sounds in there that the drum machine just can't emulate or whatever. So the Digitac, like I said, that's not a drum machine. It's a sampler. The drum machines would be the Drum Brutes, the TR8s, the Core Voca Beats, the Tomcat, the Rhythm Wolf. Like that is a drum machine. It cannot sample sounds, and it has a fixed kit with some shaping, some tone shaping abilities, but that's it. That is the kit. And so when I see people, when I see the whole Electron advertises Digitac as a drum machine / sampler, I go, I think that's like sleight of hand on marketing. Yes, you can make a sampler a drum machine, but to call it a drum machine to me is sleight of hand. It's not really what it is, But can it be used for that? Yeah, quite naturally it can be. You can turn a sampler into anything. You can make it a synth. You can make it a keyboard, a drum machine. You can make it a piano or whatever. So, in general, like I said, I just will always favor samplers. That's my first love over everything. Some people have synth. For me, it would go sampler. And I don't know, because synth for me is new. Back in the day, I would have definitely said drums next and then synth. But now that I'm getting into synthesis, yeah, it's so many more tonalities that you can get, and the effects and all these crazy sonics, that my love for synthesis has definitely, going through the roof. So I would say it's sampler, synth, and then drum machines last. I don't even want to say last, but that would be probably the order now. I would say synth has risen above drum machines. Drum machines to me are great for the moment, but they could get repetitive as real fast. Like you can get ADD with a. To me, you can get ADD with a drum machine so quick. Like, and to a certain degree, you almost start to question that's the reason why they make so many drum machines, because really a drum machine is just a kit. So you got the 808, the 9, these are just kits. So you have a kit, and when you're making music, you develop, you may use certain, kits throughout a certain project, or definitely if you're making a bunch of projects, then you generally want to have access to different kits, which is why samplers are so powerful, because now you can have one machine emulating 1,000, because you're not finna go out here and buy all these different drum machines or to get these different kits, where you can have one machine to emulate and just basically become when I can copy you, what is, I forgot what that, like in Terminator when the dude just looking like the other person, mimic, I forgot what it's a word I'm thinking of. But anyways, you can just become whatever it is you're trying to, copy. So, sampler, in my opinion, next to the ability of recording, now I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but recording, in my opinion, is the most important thing about music. Being able to recall, like me recording this right now, the functionality of recording or recalling is by far the dopest feature of any and all music. Because if not, you would have to be live here listening to me. You would have to be there in the moment to witness me spit those rhymes or make that beat. So being able to recall, just imagine if you could only enjoy what you're making as you're making it. Ooh. You had no way to listen to it again. Dude, I don't even know if I would leave the house. I'm sitting here all day just because I know once I leave, whatever that is, that's going to be it. Once I walk away from it, that's that. So the ability to recall or to record is by far, it ain't no second close to that as far as I'm concerned. That's the whole kit and caboodle. We can hear how good you was, and we can hear how bad you was too. Boy, you was garbage, boy. Hold on. Let me just replay this again. Listen to you. That was you. So yeah, John G TV. I feel like I'm rambling now. I ain't talking about nothing. John G, you done said what you gonna say. You just up here talking now about nothing. Am I missing anything? Just waiting for the gear to come out. What do you do in the meantime? I should be trying to find somebody shovel the snow. I should be somewhere collecting cans. Maybe even giving blood, plasma. Ways to make money so I can buy more gear by John G. All day long I think about gear. Oh! Cut the music, John G. Cut the music, John G. Something just beamed into me. Scotty! Nor, my brother. Too cool for school is what I call him. I ain't even finna go into it. I'm gonna say that. John G, just be cool. Alright, we gonna say that. Too cool for school. Nor. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Nor says, and I had no idea you had so much disdain for the micro group, my brother. Arturia is killing it. But if I were a betting man, I think it's clear that you are a Moog fan. They call fanboy. That's a cell phone terminology. Fanboy of Moog. But you don't like Arturia. Who don't like Arturia? Now I can understand why you don't like Behringer, because they around here copying everybody, whatever. Who don't like Arturia? What did they do to anybody? And here you are downing what I haven't touched it. I mean, because you touched it. You was at NAMM, so you had a chance to touch it. And it's your experience. So you you was disconnected. You was displeased. You were not sonically. However, from a tactile perspective, you expressed the discomfort for keyboard playing. Now, maybe this is a little biased for me to say because I ain't no keyboard player. There's that. But to hear you say, like, to dog the keyboard, okay, I mean, it's not like they try to hide it. Like, it's not. This is the touch keys, which I feel is similar to the Seaborg. That ain't keys either, but it gives you a different level of expression in keyboard playing. So I'm wondering why, Nor, you have the negative thought about Arturia's keyboard, which I think I haven't touched it, but just in my mind, I'm feeling like that's gonna be so dope, being able to take your hand and have like those little presses from side to side. Like you put more finger on it, you get more sonic characteristics. Like this keyboard might get me into keyboarding. You know what I mean? Because of the functionality of the keyboard. It's not just these cold keys that you got to play in a certain way. This is a different level of expressions. Now I get it. Traditional keyboard players, if you're stuck on playing how you play and then you come along and this doesn't do this, you have to like this, wait a minute. So I get that. And if that's really the point you're making, I get it. It's just that when I saw your video, it came off like, man, he really hating on this awesome. And they said, I mean, I don't know why they took Arturia. Y'all initially had it in the advertising. I don't know why you took it out, but you had in there experimental piece of gear or something like that. And then when I see it come out, I saw that the experimental or experiment was taken out. I feel like you should have kept that in there, but I haven't seen anything like that. This is almost like with that, what was it, Braids? I don't know if that's the right company. With who's ever Arturia collaborated with to make the keyboard. I want to say it's Braids, but whoever that company is, to have a keyboard, like I said, that has that touch plate that's kind of similar to Make Noise, that modular system, that modular unit that they have, where it gives you a different level of playing. So I do feel like, Nor, if you accept that it is what it is and allow for yourself to express yourself in a different way, you will realize that the keyboard is actually more functionable than it is not. It's just not what you're used to with a traditional keyboard. But once you accept this, like the Seaborg, same thing. You can't play it the same way, but once you accept the Seaborg and learn how to play it, I imagine that it's a different skill set, but it also gives you a different way of expressing your sonic feelings or whatever. So that's how I kind of feel about this keyboard. I can't wait to touch it, because it feels like, because to me, I was more concerned about the sonics. Like, to me, sonically, it sounded thin. It sounded like, it sounds digital. I'm not saying that it sounds bad, but it didn't sound warm. It sounded cold. It sounded thin. So I was really kind of concerned about that. Like, I'm hoping it doesn't sound like, which what I heard, it sounds better than the Poly-N Deep Mind, that the Medusa. I was afraid that it was gonna sound like that, and just be like the same. But it's no, as far as I'm concerned, sonically it's better than way better than the Medusa. And I know the Medusa, well, at least I believe that the Medusa's modulating capabilities is where it's gonna shine. The modulation is probably, I believe it to be crazy and insane. But sonically, the Sonics, I just didn't. I don't get it. I still haven't heard anything to make me go okay. I'm yet to hear anything to make me go okay. Everything I'm hearing is like. So that was my concern with the Micro Freak was sonically. When I first heard it, I was like, but then I heard some more, and I'm like, okay, no, this thing, man, it does sound good. It just don't have that warmth to it that I've been spoiled by having analog gear. And when I first got back into music, and when I first came back to it, that was the whole craze. Everything was analog, and it wasn't until after, because I didn't get it at first. What's the big deal? Analog, digital? I don't get it. What is it? But they keep presenting analog as being better. So quite naturally, I want the best. So okay, I want analog now. But it was when I spent a lot of time with analog gear, and the first thing that clicked for me was when I went to my my Korg box, the EMX, the blue one, and I cut that on and started playing with it. I was like, oh, now I get it. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry, it wasn't even the blue one. It was like the first EA1 or something like that, one of their first boxes, digital, and I started playing with it, and that's when the light bulb went off. I'm like, now I get what this whole deal is about. This sounds thin. I don't hear the warmth. Analog has this, and you hear these words used a lot, and I don't know any other way to describe sonically what I'm hearing, but these are the words that the warmth, round is analog, and digital is thin. It just doesn't have the roundness. It's thin and like cold. So that's kind of like when I hear those sounds. That's how I can express it in words. But nowhere, man. I don't know, man. I feel like you're gonna change. Hopefully, I don't know why the disdain for the arterial microbrew. I really haven't. I didn't dive into your philosophy on that, or I haven't seen a video where you break it down as to what your gripe is with the microbrew. I love the microbrew. I think the microbrew is way better than the mini brew in my opinion. But yeah, man. So that just came to me. I thought I was the one that commented, you tripping, talking about the Micro Freak like that, talking about Arturia like that. How dare you? Too cool for school? Come on now. It's my 2 cents. Like I said, I ain't even seen the damn thing. Let's hold off, John G. We're gonna reserve judgment until I see it and touch it and play with it. Cause who knows? Maybe I'll be like, you know what, Nor? On second thought, we're gonna reserve that until I let me see. Until then, I'll just go back to thinking about gear. Who will make next on the next episode of Gear Chat University?
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to hear check you. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to hear check you. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, this is John G.